We were probably the top IP firm in Texas. Everyone in the world wanted Gina to come work for them. Somehow she came to work for us. And she started off doing both litigation and prosecution. So that in itself is unique. Very few people do both. She could see things. She could penetrate issues that no one else could penetrate. She's a special person regardless of who you put her up next to. Trustworthy and truthful and the kind of person you can always believe in. She is that person, by the way, that you would hope that you could put on a plane next to your client. If you did, they'd be your client forever. I'm where I am because of her. And she's, 15 years my younger, and I've always looked up to her. She's the real thing. I wish I knew more people like her.
Previously, I served as managing partner of Norton Rose Fulbright US. I actually have known Gina since she was a very young associate at the firm. As managing partner of the firm, it was I who appointed her to the Chief Diversity Officer role. I appointed Gina because she had built a successful IP practice and had been successful at everything she'd ever done. I also wanted a thought leader and someone who knew how to use data. People talk about what's right and what's fair. That doesn't change human behavior. You've got to show people data. Gina's work with NAPABA had given her a deep knowledge and understanding of the issues, and her Ph.D. in molecular biology made her extremely effective in presenting and using data. Gina was so effective in the diversity role that 2 years later, I promoted her to head one of our 3 largest practice areas, intellectual property.
I think one of my first experiences with Gina on the NAPABA board was I was impressed with the fact that she brought a quiet, deliberative, strategic process to our decision making. Well, first of all, she's scary smart, not just because she has that PhD after her name. She was probably a bit of a unicorn when she began in her practice, not only in IP law, but in ascending to progressive levels of leadership. I know that she was the first woman of color to serve on her firm's management committee. In terms of uplifting women, I think that Gina has made so many contributions at both the systemic, programmatic level and her individual mentoring of women that she really is the complete package when we think about the Margaret Brent Award. Gina has been responsible for enduring change.
I think what I've always felt since the moment that I met her was that she is all that we want to be and that we strive to be as a successful woman attorney. She found success being authentic to herself and being a trailblazer in her own right and being able to break through glass ceilings, bamboo ceilings, whatever ceilings that you want to throw at her. She makes it look easy. And yet you know that being a woman attorney and a woman of color attorney, that these things have not come easy. She always, I think, has stood up for what is right. She is going to speak up when she sees something that is wrong or an injustice. She is unapologetic for who she is. And that is a kind, decent, strong woman, but yet true to herself in her own right. And so I don't have words that can quantify the ways that she has influenced so many of us and the ways that she has mentored so many of us and the way that we see our own abilities to succeed in our profession as women of color. I think many of us feel like she sets the gold standard for what we all seek to achieve and seek to be as a woman attorney.
Thank you to the ABA and the Commission on Women in the Profession for this extraordinary award, and a warm congratulations to my fellow honorees. You and past award winners are absolute stars. I'm enormously grateful to the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association, NAPABA, for nominating me, and to its wonderful co-chairs, past and present. I thank you. I also want to thank the Center for Women in Law, CHIPS, an organization that supports women IP attorneys, and Advancing Justice AAJC, an advocate of human and civil rights of Asian Americans. I'm very fortunate to be part of an incredible law firm, Norton Rose Fulbright, headed, as you heard, by 2009 Margaret Brent awardee Linda Addison, and currently led by Jeff Cody. Jeff walks the walk, and he ensures that diversity, equity, and inclusion are core values of all aspects of our business. And finally, I want to express my ongoing gratitude to my clients, including the University of Chicago, which I've had the privilege of representing for more than 25 years. Simply put, I wouldn't be here today accepting this award without my clients. But I can't imagine what it would be like to have no clients, because I find going after business difficult. Offering my services and my skills, doing that kind of promotion and making the ask. That's not me. And when I look back, there are some missed opportunities. A quick example. One of my best friends had an important position for many years at a research hospital that pursues biotechnology patents. That's exactly what I do, biotech patents. And it's not like there are a lot of companies who need that. Years passed, and I never directly asked her or any of the colleagues she introduced me to for the work. Why is that? I think I was afraid of creating an awkward moment. But would that have been so catastrophic? A passing request for work I was perfectly suited for? I know the answer. Absolutely not. So what's my point? This reticence, this hesitancy I felt for something so essential, to ask for something so essential, that's not unique to me. And what's worse, on many occasions, I've seen women overlooked, excluded, or simply not considered for work they were well qualified for. A recent study by the Institute for Inclusion in the Legal Profession reported that most clients give the majority of their work to men. Women get called occasionally, and women of color almost never. While we have made strides in some sectors of the legal profession, at the largest and most powerful law firms in this country, fewer than 25% of equity partners are women. In 2016, Bloomberg calculated that women would equal the number of men partners by 2181. Not 2081, 2181. Is anyone here comfortable with that timeline? I'm not. Because success at a law firm means getting the work, my ask, whether you are a woman who just made partner or are a company looking for representation, is to ask. Ask for the work you deserve. Ask a talented woman partner to work with you. To everyone here, the leaders, the clients, the partners, I want to use this opportunity to ask for your business. Not for me, but for every exceptional woman lawyer who hasn't been considered or hasn't been called as a first or second option. Call Cindy, call Anna, call Bonnie, and Selena, and Lisa, and Yvonne. Let's not wait a century and a half. I'll close with a thank you to my colleagues, longtime friends, family, and of course my mom and dad who've always been there. To my kids who survived being the product of a philosopher and a lawyer, Felix, Isabel, and Anita, you are smart, funny, wonderful human beings who make my heart swell. And to the one person I couldn't have done this without, the philosopher, my husband, David Sosa. I can't thank you or love you enough. Thank you.